Hi everyone, welcome back to GuitarEmerge YouTube channel. Alright, today we're going to talk a little bit more about overdrive, okay, and specifically transparent overdrive. Now, you've been playing many types of pedals out there. You realize different pedals will give you different sounds, different openness, different frequencies, and one of the more common ones in the market, it's what we call a transparent overdrive. A transparent overdrive just basically means when you engage the pedal, it doesn't really change the EQ too much. Okay, it's still it doesn't really color your bass tone. Okay, and you still have the kind of openness to the sound, right? Okay, so a lot of times, personally, okay, I will use the transparent drive on my board as like the first stage drive or the first level drive, which means from the clean sound, I'm just engaging this pedal, just give me a little bit of dirt, a little bit of breakup type of sound, just to get me a little bit more sustain, a little bit more grit to the overall tone. Okay, so if you are new to the pedal world, you're new to the effects world of electric guitar, okay, don't worry, okay, this knowledge will just come along as you spend time investing in your tones. Okay, now if you're using an analog, if you're using a digital board, okay, the concepts are the same, right? In the digital board, you have all many different type of pedals, overdrive pedals as well, distortion pedals. Okay, so you want to be able to identify which options are transparent drive, which are not. Okay, so today we're going to specifically talk about transparent overdrive, and I have three different pedals right here. Okay, I have the legendary Timmy. Okay, so Timmy is like one of the legends when I started out buying analog pedals. This was one of the pedals that was like massively famous. Okay, Timmy. Okay, he's made by Paul. So this is hard to come by nowadays. This is the version 2 if I'm not wrong. Okay, I actually had it last time. I sold it and I bought it back like recently. Okay, so this is the Timmy V2. And then we have the Jan Ray, the Vemuram Jan Ray. Okay, readily available. And a lot of people say it's like the Timmy, right? Okay, but I personally feel it's a little bit different. So later you can hear it for yourself, right? And of course we have our BD2 or BD2W, the Wazacraft version. Okay, readily available as well. Boss pedals have been around for ages and they are still on many people's board. Okay, so when I started out my analog journey, I started out with Boss, BD2, SD1, okay, DD3, CS3. These were the pedals I started out with, okay, and it's still around today. So it's amazing, right? So don't neglect the cheaper options because they do give you good sounds as well, right? So in terms of price point, the BD2 is the cheapest here, okay, I think followed by the Timmy. If you can find one secondhand, it might be about the same value as a Jan Ray, or maybe the Timmy V2 is now even more expensive because it's just rare, right? Okay, so enough of talking. Okay, I just want to show you my bass clean tone. Okay, this is the Vox capture that I have on my quad Cortex. Okay, the 3 pedals is in the effects loop of the quad Cortex, so it just makes things easier for me. Okay, so this is the clean sound. Okay, so that's a bass clean tone. All right, so let's check out what is a transparent overdrive, okay? So I basically set the settings to the three pedals to kind of like a low gain type of thing. Okay, first stage, like what I mentioned just now, just gives a little bit more edge to the sound. Okay. Okay, you see how when I engage the pedal, the tone, the overall frequency don't really change that much, but you hear a lot more juice going on. You hear a little bit more push to the sound. Okay, so it's pushing the M a little bit more, and you get a lot more sustain. Okay, a bit hairier on the top, right, without. See, he lacks the juice. The notes are a little bit thinner as well. So that's what the transparent overdrive can actually do to your tone. Alright, a very nice first stage. It doesn't muddy up too much. You can still hear the chords. You can still hear the separation of the strings. All these are beautiful characteristics that you want to have as your transparent drive. Okay, so let's check out the Vemuram. Okay, I don't know if you can hear the difference, but this is not a comparison video. Okay, this is not an A/B video, but I just wanted you to hear that frequency-wise, the Jan Ray just have a little bit more body going on, whereas the Timmy is a little bit slightly more open sounding. Okay, they're very close, but there's still a slight difference in terms of tone. But you can hear that the overall characteristics of the transparent drive remains the same, right? So what I'm looking for bringing my sound to have a little bit more grit. Okay, it adds a little bit more sustain. It thickens my notes. Okay, my individual single line notes. It just helps to give a little bit more fatness to the tone. Okay, so let's check out our BD2. Okay, let's hear how it sounds like now. Okay, so the 3 pedals actually does what I'm looking for. Okay, of course there are many kind of definitions out there, but I personally like to define pedals like that. Okay, so this just gives me the transparent first stage drive that I'm looking for. Of course, the pedals have the ability to definitely gain up and give you more overdrive. So we can just try that out. Okay, let's just do it on the BD2. So when you gain up, you want to kind of reduce your volume. So I like it when even when you gain it up, you can still hear the clarity of the sound, right? You can still hear the separation. Okay, let's gain up the Jan Ray. Beautiful sound. Okay, so yeah, each pedal does affect the frequency to a certain extent. Okay, so if you hear it side by side, you can hear that the 3 pedals does give you a certain EQ that is slightly different from one another. Okay, but having said that, it still remains quite transparent to me. Okay, and retains that kind of clarity that I need. All right, so hopefully this gives you a good introduction to what it's a transparent overdrive. Okay, there are many other types of overdrive pedals out there in the market, and it's difficult to know what is what till you actually plug it in and use your ears to kind of figure out, is this a transparent overdrive? You can hear that the sound is not like super compressed, not super saturated. So look for things like clarity, separation, just a bit more sustained, fatten your tone a little bit. These are a few characteristics that I'm usually looking for in a transparent overdrive pedal. Okay, a few that comes to my mind would be like the protein pedal, the blue side. That's another one of my favorites out there. You have the Morning Glory from JHS. Yeah, so yeah, there's quite a lot, right? So if you are using digital pedal, do scan through the overdrive options that you have and use your hearing to decipher what type of overdrive this is. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit more, like different types of overdrive, okay, in the coming videos. So hopefully this gives you a bit more insights to how you can set up your pedal board. Alright, so once again, if you like more of this kind of content, do give us a good thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for the latest video. Okay, take care, God bless, I will see you real soon. Bye bye.